guys? Ash and Saph coming back at you in Dragonheir Silent God. Saph, how you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited to talk about some of the new updates that have just come for Season 1 in Dragonheir. Really, really excited.
We started over at the right time here, so congratulations to anybody getting into the game right now. Shout out again to Dragonheir for making this channel possible, sponsoring this content, but we love the game, and I especially love the fact that we have the new season journey. Start the journey. Saph, break it down for us, man. Why is now the best time ever? Then I want to get into talking about seasons, kind of the pros and the cons of the season format and what it means, especially for new players. What can you expect at the end of this season, the start of a new season? So before we get into all of that, actually, you know what, Saph? Maybe we should start with the seasons, then get into why all the new stuff. What do you think, right?
Let's do that, yeah.
All right.
Let's talk about what is a season in Dragonheir.
What is a season, man? Yeah.
I mean, if you've come from games like Raid and Watcher of Realms and even some of the older legacy titles like Star Wars Galaxies of Heroes, if you've played these types of hero collector games, this is going to be different. This is much more, it's much more like if you've played Diablo seasons or something like that. Now, in Dragonheir, we've got seasons, and a season is a 3-month event where you basically play the game for 3 months, and at the end of the season, we kind of go back a little bit to square one and we play a different set of content.
It's intimidating, man. It's intimidating.
It is intimidating.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it sounds, because a lot of people probably, after hearing that, thinking, what? So after 3 months, I lose all of my content? No, you don't. Of course not. But the game kind of resets itself back to a level 1 standard, so you can play the game with new content. That's the concept. So in Dragonheir, there are 3-month seasons, and every month there's some sort of event as you progress to it, and the end of season leaderboard is the big reward payoff. You can find all the information about the season in the season menu. So if you want to open that up for me, Ash, at the top.
Of course.
The top here. It's all in this Clepsydra trail. This is your seasonal portal. It'll tell you. You can see down the bottom right, there's a season exclusive banner. That is the season leaderboards. Every time you complete a temporal vortex, or you complete activities in the month 1 and month 2 or I should say month 2 and month 3 of the season, you'll earn yourself Echoes of Clepsydra. And this is the leaderboard ranking currency. If you earn this, you will basically get yourself on the leaderboard, and you then earn rewards depending on where you finish. Now, you don't necessarily need to be a Kraken to compete. This is not a pay-to-win model. This is a fun model. You play the game, you earn it.
Yeah. Okay.
And right now for month 1, you don't really earn too much. You really win most of these in month 2 and month 3. You can see kind of the reward previews at the bottom right. If you click on reward preview, it'll show you how the leaderboard is structured. So obviously, if you finish number 1, you get a lot of rewards. And it does scale down a little bit.
Oh, but it's nice that, top 20%, top 50%. Okay, that's cool. Top 95. Yeah. Cool.
Season 1, I played part-time, and I managed to get myself into the top 20%.
Okay.
Season 2, I got myself into the top 100.
Ooh, okay.
So I managed to get myself a horse on season 2, because they changed it on season 2 so that you actually get the horse from 300 up. They modified it in season 3. So yeah, that's how the seasons work. You basically play the content, you earn the Echoes of Clepsydra. At the end of the season, we go through like a seasonal shift. You get access to a season shop, which is then currency that you get from this Echo of Clepsydra. So you convert the Echo of Clepsydra into this currency and you can spend it in the shop. So what happens when the season ends? And this is obviously what a lot of people are scared about.
Yes.
They have this concept called partly reserved and fully reserved. So some things you will keep, but they get reset in some manner. That is what partly reserved means. So you can see here, for example, you won't lose any heroes you've acquired. You keep them all, including any sort of dupe system that you do. Okay. But they get set to level 1. You start again.
Do you get compensated for anything that you put into them?
So you won't lose anything that you keep. So if you've scrolled them, those stay the same.
Okay, so the books,
it's just the leveling.
Just the leveling. Okay.
Yes.
Because you're basically starting a new story, kind of. Is that how you look at it, basically? Okay.
Exactly. You're starting a new adventure. That's the best way to look at it. Same as the artifacts. If you've acquired any artifacts from the duplicate store, then you keep them, but they get reset to level 0. Essence of Creation is a little bit of a weird one. The Essence of Creation currency is what you use to upgrade your artifacts. Anything you earn from summoning, you keep a lot more. If you earn the Essence of Creation from events, then you will get a lot less of those. So anything you've summoned, you will always earn, because once you start getting all the heroes, you can't get duplicates. You get this growth material here. You're on there, the Essence of Creation. You will earn that for every duplicate champion you earn in the game.
Okay.
So you will keep any of your premium purchases. Anything you pay money with, you don't lose. You keep them all. If you've got dice, you keep it. If you've got dragon crystal, the gems, you keep it all. Scrolls, all of that, any monthly cards you've purchased, those are all what they call fully reserved. They will be transferred over. They basically reset the game back. You lose all of your gear, though. That's probably the most dramatic thing. Every item of gear that you have, you lose it all. Gear in this game is not important. It's very weird.
Oh, man. Okay. We haven't done the gear video yet, guys, so stay tuned for that, but we'll have a whole guide on it. But isn't there some gear in the game that's premium? And do you lose that? You don't lose that?
The artifacts you don't lose.
Okay.
So
my bad. I'm confusing artifacts and gear. Got you. It's the raid mentality, bro, you know? Gear is artifacts. Okay, I got you. Okay.
In Dragonheir, the artifacts from raid is gear. And then the artifact in Dragonheir is almost like it's like a banner kind of concept where it gives you this like really special item. You can only get them from the exchange. So if you just show the exchange shop, because I think this is the easiest way for us to see these things. You can go into the
store
exchange
or the
the actual exchange there.
Okay,
there's lots of menus.
Edit this out.
Edit it out.
Right in front of my face. Yeah. Okay, we're in the exchange.
So once you summon a duplicate champion, the same rare, you get a rare material. You can then exchange the currencies, and you can then keep this artifact. All of these items you keep season on season.
Okay,
they just
all
get
this
reset
stuff is
back
keepable.
to level 1.
Got you.
It.
So what is give me quickly 3 questions. What's the best part about seasons? What's the worst part about seasons in your opinion? And how would this inform, this fact that there is seasons, how would this inform the way that you manage your account?
So seasons, the best thing about seasons is you get to play the game differently every season. What we love about Diablo 4 and Diablo 3 and sort of Path of Exile, if you've ever played these games, every season feels like a fresh new take on the game. And to some extent, that's what Dragonheir feels like as well. When they change the season, they also shift the elemental matchups. So right now, I think it's like fire with radiance. Next season, that might be like fire with something like necrosis. So you kind of have different champion pairings. You start the next season, you will go, oh, well, maybe I actually want to go for a different team direction. I don't want to start with the same heroes. And you don't punish it. Where in games like Raid, you know, once you've invested in your champion, you've invested in your champion.
Would it be like in Raid, every affinity just switching up, basically? Is it the same as that?
It's the pairing. So if you head over to the star at the top right, you can see it visually. If you go into the Clepsydra Trail, so you can see in this elemental affinity that the elements are paired together, and you get significant bonuses from your psychic core when you pair elements. You don't want to have like one frost and one poison and one lightning. That's not how you build a team. The whole fun part about Dragonheir is building elemental matchups with the heroes you've got and the team structure you need, and gaining advantages from that. They will rotate this. They shift it. So next season, for example, you might have necrosis with fire, or you might have necrosis with the lightning. So it then immediately makes the 2 different team combinations and how you put your team together different. You might start next season with a radiant focus team, and you can do it without actually having to spend time, or you don't have to reset yourself. Whereas in Raid, once you've invested in a champion, if it doesn't really work, you're already mortgages up.
So every season, not only does the elemental affinity change, creating more opportunities for like strategic, possibilities that weren't there before, but also a champion that wasn't that good, or a hero that wasn't that good in season 1 might be better in season 2 because of those possibilities that come with those pairings.
Absolutely, because the Radiants have super strong supports. Really, really good. You get people like Jillian, really great supports that can heal. So when you pair it with maybe an elemental matchup that doesn't necessarily have very good supports, but they have great damage dealers, now you're all of a sudden like, well, I can make those damage dealers work because they can survive. Whereas the Necrosis doesn't have the world's best healers. So when you have a pairing with Necrosis, you're always dependent on whatever thing that is paired with to have equally good healers. So for example, right now, Fire and Necrosis, if they were together, is a relatively weak pairing because there is just so few healers for that pairing. So you might then go, well, I'll start with the Radiant side because it's just better. So it does create totally new ways, even to the extent that, the tier lists that people develop have to be seasonal dependent because the hero's value could go up or down quite dramatically depending on who you can put them with.
Okay. So I like that. Does that tie into maybe the worst? Because what if you have a really good hero, right? And then next season it's not so great, what would you say is the worst thing about seasons in your opinion?
I think the worst thing is starting again. A lot of people don't want to necessarily go over the same content again. Like we got to go back and we got to re-level all of our heroes. Especially if maybe the season content isn't as engaging, or they haven't, maybe they haven't put enough extra incentives to do different things. So that could absolutely be a thing as well with the seasonal content. Is yes, the reset is a cool mechanic, but it does put you back to square one. So if you feel like you don't want to have to go and run it again, that is one of the bad things about seasons. It's very like you have to keep refreshing the game content, otherwise it can feel a bit like why am I doing this again?
Okay, so you really have to embrace the team building, and then we talked about this in our other videos too. I don't want to get too off track, but this game is all about building teams, right? And that's part of the fun of it, is being able to experience it again with different parameters, I guess, I would suppose.
Absolutely, yeah. Cool. The goal is to find cool new ways to build teams in different manner and to really push your leaderboard position. Like the game is very leaderboard driven. Can I find an extra 1 million by using a different team combination?
I like that. I can't wait till we get to that point in our journey, Saph. I think this is going to be a blast, man. This is going to be a blast. Okay, let's talk about, I have a really good understanding of seasons and how they work. How would this inform the way that you play your account? Like knowing that seasons exist, is it basically pretty intuitive as long as you know, or is there something that people should do given the knowledge that, of everything they know is going to reset?
Yeah, so I think you always have like phases in the season. So towards the end of the first month, you're really preparing for the next month's worth of events, and they always have an exclusive legendary hero that you can earn in month 2 of the season, based on like in-game activities for in-game events, world bosses, and also through doing a summoning event. So you kind of like start preparing your resources and your teams, and you farm some XP potions, because once that boss drops, you're going to need to build new teams. You're going to want to have those resources available. And because you know how the season is going to be structured, we know what's going to happen. It's a pretty cool, fun thing, because I can actually look ahead. I can actually know that tomorrow or next week or next month, this is what is going to happen. So towards the end of the season, then you're kind of like wrapping up your activities. You're trying to complete the last towers. You're trying to collect the last rewards in preparation for the next season when that starts. So
you really get into a cadence about it. There's kind of a rhythm.
Exactly, yeah. You can see like the seasonal structure is gradually unlocking. Like we've got Famiander unlocked soon. We'll have Temporal Vortex, which is like the world boss. Then we get Pillar of Trials.
I love that. I love how they have it all mapped out. It's really, I don't know what any of it means, but it's nice because I will soon.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
But you can see like the Uteor that you saw, the big hero, that is the month 2 event. So you know it's happening, when it's happening, and what you can get. What is the reward? The month 3 event, which is the next thing, you know when it's going to happen, you know what it's going to be. Might not necessarily know the full details about all the world bosses, but you at least know what you're going to get for it, and
coming,
you can make an informed decision. So absolutely, it's really a good system, but it can be a bit daunting. I think people fear they're going to lose everything. You're not going to lose everything. Everything you pay for, you keep. You never lose anything you pay for.
Okay. All right, sounds good. I heard they made a massive change actually yesterday from the time of this recording, today at the time of this recording, I should say. Yesterday, they made like a pretty massive change. They kind of redid season 1. And I heard that they went so far in all these quality of life and the rewards that actually some existing players are kind of like, yo, what's up with this, man? Where were these rewards when I was around? Like, it's that good. So this is good news for everybody just starting out, kind of with me on my journey as well, or us, I should say, on our journey. What happened, Saph? I mean, it's right here in the start, the journey tab here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So to the credit of the developers of Dragonheir, they're probably one of the fastest quality of life developers I've ever been a part of in a game.
I love that. Yeah.
Some of the changes since season 1 in that 6-month time span have really improved. And I think this is just an extension of that. They want the new player experience for the season 1 to feel really good. So what they have developed is a new 7-day starting journey pack. And they're going to give you a legendary hero. Woo! There we go. We've just got it. A Sharlak.
Is he any good?
Legendary.
I gotta ask. Yeah.
He's a summoner, so we need to have more summoners, and it does pair nicely with the epic summoner you get. So is he like the best legendary in the game? Probably not.
Give me a raid comp on this guy. Give me just power wise. Did I pull a Trunda or did I pull a Elagaius?
Well, you didn't pull an Elagaius. You probably pulled a Gembo.
A Genbo.
A Genbo where he's like
a legendary
like,
Genbo?
Like a legendary Genbo, where you feel like,
right.
in the right situation,
he can be
quite good.
Okay, I like
he's
that.
Not like first pick,
I like that. And I apologize to anybody who doesn't play Raid, but I am going to be asking for champion comps just to have a power index, All right.
Yeah.
That's actually
cool.
Really
so he's, about him
is
he summons this massive Fear Bear.
He looks amazing too.
So his ultimate ability summons this massive Fear Bear, and if you get more summons, that Fear Bear gets more damage. So there's that massive Fear Bearer. Yeah,
nice.
So it's really cool. So he does need to be paired with like another 2 summoners to really get the full value.
Okay.
But what's really cool about him is not just that you get him; it's the bonuses you get as well.
Yep.
5 legendary scrolls. I cannot tell you how valuable that is. It is so valuable. These scrolls for Master Scrolls are the hardest to acquire currency in Dragonheir.
Wow.
So getting 5 from the bat is great.
Dude. I feel like
it's
a lucky duck right now, man. I am.
Indeed.
I am, and this is just 7 days. It's not like 7 months. Yeah. It's not like it's That's awesome.
And it's just play the game.
Yeah.
And you see you've been playing.
I haven't even been paying attention. I've just been doing it. Yeah.
And we get it. But what's really cool is once you get the legendary champion, they've also given us a legendary artifact, which you can normally only get these from getting duplicate legendaries. And if you've ever played these games, you know how difficult it is to get a duplicate legendary. Very, very expensive. So this is going to be great because it's also
and it ties into our dude. Yeah.
Our dude, yeah. So when we put it on him, he's going to do 10%. Was it 5 times 6? So 30% more damage when summons are being placed on the map, on the battle. So that really ties into the fantasy of trying to make him stronger. So
Sharlash, is that how you say his name? Sharlash?
Sharlock. Some of the names in this game
Sharlock.
You come up with.
So everybody gets Sharlock, not just me. Everybody. It's the same one for everybody. So how should, I'm asking for everybody, Saph. How should we use this dude? Should we build a team of summoners just because we get this guy? Like, how would this inform the way that we prioritize what type of heroes that we're going to be building or trying to build,
Yeah, it really depends on how many initial summons you have. Like, we've got 10 summons there, which we're probably going to save for our own first
summoning video soon, next week. Yeah, soon.
Yeah, so if you pull potentially another powerful legendary, say like you pull a rally legendary, you might decide that you absolutely want to go towards a rally option instead. It depends on what kind of heroes you start with and kind of what you get out of your first summons. But he's still likely going to be, because of the legendary artifact, the best damage output you could possibly pick on
this early in the game.
On day 2. You probably would upgrade him. And the wonderful thing about seasons, which I forgot to mention, it was really bad of me, the best thing about seasons, and this is something that I think so many games should do, you have an event when you first start a season that lasts for about 144 hours. It's about a 7-day window. It is called the Clepsydra Torrent. And if you just want to open it up, Ash, so everyone can see it, it's in the event window. You've got to go to events. What this allows you to do is you can use your new Sharlock. You can upgrade him. You can put your experience potions from Goblin. You can use everything. And then once you do get some more options, before the end of this event, you can reset him.
Back. Yeah.
You can reset him. Now, be careful. Don't use your legendary scrolls. Big warning. You don't get those back. You might want to hold on to those.
I was going to ask, should people use their legendary scrolls on our guy or no?
Hold on to them.
Okay.
Don't rush with those because you won't get those back. But any sort of gems,
experience,
potions, you get them all back. Put it in there. And you even have a really cool option that if you don't want to unequip all the gear off him, it will ask you, do you want to unequip everything or keep it on him? It is so good. You can use it to basically build different teams and experiment with him. And if he happens to be really good for you, you can lock it in after that event. So it's a really good system, I think.
That's a really cool thing that they have that. I like that. Okay, so, and that happens instantly. You put him in there, or does it happen over time?
Oh, you can try it now if you want to.
He doesn't have. Oh, I could try it with somebody else. Yeah.
If you want to let's put in
whatever.
Put in that one. Then there you go. Put in one of them. Confirm, and you can say rebuild. And then it will ask you, do you want to take the gear off as well?
Okay.
Let's just say.
I guess I'm not going to, just because I don't want to put it all back on. But and there we go. Instant reimbursement. That's really cool. Wait, I can just do this unlimited?
Unlimited for 4 days until the end of it. So it's right at the start of the season only. You get it for about 144 hours.
That's
and you
cool.
can do it unlimited.
That's cool. Hey, one thing I forgot to ask too on the seasons is, do Are the maps different? Is there another tutorial? Is there like a new storyline every season, or what changes in terms of the in-game experience every season?
So every season we get a brand new raft of heroes, and they normally come with a new type of damage as well. So season 2, you can look forward to some, if I think off the top of my head now, which one was it? Ice Blast is a new type of ability. So, which is a very cool set of champions, which is a very cool set of heroes, which allows them to repeat their battle skills, and they're incredibly powerful for killing bosses. So you always get a raft of new heroes, and it changes up the elements. They did do a whole new territory in season 2. They actually had sailing. You could become a boat.
Yes, I remember the pirates and stuff.
The pirate theme.
Yeah.
So season 2 had a lot of seasons. Season 3 was a little bit limited, but still had some interesting concepts.
What was your favorite?
So far, I think from a feature set, season 3, because they've added lots of solutions to things like, well, I've got a 3-piece legendary set. What do I do for my 4th armor set, right? What do I put in that slot? I just got a random piece. They added like mythical artifact. That's coming in season 3.
That's cool. So what they lacked maybe in the aesthetics, they made up in quality of life.
Exactly, yeah. They did.
Cool.
They had like lots of cool teams changes and quality of life, and they added the mythical artifacts and lots of different things like that. But they didn't have as much storyline. Season 2 had quite a new nautical theme to it. It was a really cool storyline. So the story in season 2 was really fun. But it feels like the game gets a little bit like a breath of fresh air. It feels a bit like after a while you're not just running the same content. You kind of start again. You have new challenges. They rerun some of the adventure areas, so you get a whole kind of a bit like of a roguelike feeling to it when they start a new season.
I really love it, man. I really love it. Anything else that people need to know about seasons, the perks, anything else that we didn't cover here? I've learned a lot so far. Yeah,
I think the key takeaways for season: take advantage of the free resetting right at the start. Make sure you get yourself a good set of options you've experimented, and you're capable of being able to test different things, and you can reset and get that done. And then as you progress through the season, pay attention to the month 1 and the month 2 and the month 3 events, and just make sure you're getting good leaderboard positions as well. You do want to be in that top 20% if you can, so you set yourself up for the next season, because when you start a new season, there's a very cool season shop where you can buy lots of very exclusive avatars, and you can buy things such as dice for summoning, so you can get a really good thing. You also get like a very exclusive summoning banner where you can get, the new heroes for the new season.
All right, dude. Well, I am excited. I really want to level up my new our new legendary. So we'll get to work here. And thanks again, man. I love the overview. I feel like folks out there should at least be confident and knowing what you do keep, what you don't keep, and how that kind of informs your strategy going through seasons. So Saph, thanks again, man. We'll see everybody in the next video. I think the next one, I'm not sure 100%, but we have a lot of content planned out here. So subscribe to the channel, guys, and join us in our Dragonheir journey. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.